Okay, another myth that I'm asked about all the time is this idea that the early bird should get the worm, right? That everybody should be a morning type, that everybody should strive to be a morning type because they're just better. Because Benjamin Franklin in the United States told us that waking up early is the best thing in the world for your productivity. And it might have been for him and for people who are morning types. We will also talk a lot about chronotype, and each and every one of us has a different chronotype. Not all of us are morning types. This is largely genetically determined. It's also somewhat determined by your age and your developmental stage. But those two things interact to inform you about whether or not that's true. And for a lot of people, it is true. Getting up in the morning, getting up early really is best. If your brain functions better in the morning, you will be more productive. Now, if you're like me and you're more of a night type, then you're going to really suffer if you try to do those incredibly important tasks in the morning. And in fact, you would be much better off if society did the opposite of what it does, which is cater to people who want to sleep in a little later and then stay up later because they work so much more effectively later in the day. So there's biological variability in one's circadian rhythm, and some people are just naturally night owls, and some people are naturally morning types or larks. So what's most important here is that you figure out what your chronotype is so that you can work aligned with your circadian schedule, or so that you're in your chronobiological sweet spot, if you will. That's going to be much better than trying to just force everybody into one ideal, which frankly does not fit anybody. And in fact, you're cutting out a good third of people, maybe a little less than that, like a quarter of people, if you design society that way.